Hey y'all, today I wanted to give you guys a quick look at another product that was sent to me by Born Pretty Store for review, and that is this Rhinestone Picker pen set. It's a 3-piece set ultimately, with the pen, which I'll get to in a minute, and then this tray, which is slotted so that you can line whatever your objects are up inside there. It's double-sided, not that that I guess really matters, although I guess I can't tell. Maybe these are a little bit bigger on one side, and there's a slant to those. Anyway, so that's the tray. The pen itself has two specific parts to it. It comes with this little section of gel, which you break off a section of it, and I'll show you what I've already done. And then inside the barrel, alright, so you get this pink gel, and then what you do is basically snake it out really thin and a fairly long segment of it, and then you can work that through the eye of the pen and then secure it so that what you're left with then, that's not a good, if I can show you better on this. So what you're left with is this little section of the gel that comes out the end, and that's the sticky part. And that's what you're actually going to be using to pick up your rhinestones with. Conveniently, the rest of the gel will also fit down inside the barrel. Get in there. And then it all closes up. Alright, so that's basically how the mechanism works. And so what I wanted to do was show you how it's going to work on a variety of different items. I've got a whole collection here. If you can see, I've got some rhinestones, I've got some charms, I've got some pearls, some larger beads, some little plastic squares, and some micro beads, and then some little Fimo pieces. Now, I should also point out, what I have been using prior to that is a little homemade jobby. This is just an orange stick that I have attached some sticky putty. It's also called blue tack, or there's a few different things that they call it. But basically, this is the stuff that you use when you want to stick a poster on the wall without putting a push pin through your poster. Anyway, so I put a little bit of that on the end of it and squished it down around. Now, the thing that I have liked about this has been that it's been the only thing that I had that worked. But what I don't like is that it picks up a lot of dirt and goo and yuckiness, and so it gets pretty dirty pretty quickly. Also, it doesn't like to keep its shape, so you know, it doesn't take me very long if I'm working on something before the end gets kind of blunted out, and then I'm constantly having to reshape it. So, you know, just wanted to try something a little bit different and see if I could get something that was a little bit neater. So I'm very happy to have picked this up. Now, let's see what we're going to do. So we're starting with, I have 2 coats of, this is Berry M Silk, in the shade is Forest. It's a really pretty dark teal polish. Anyway, so I have that on, and what I'm going to do now, this is obviously going to kind of mess with the natural finish, but I'm going to go ahead and apply a top coat, and then try sticking some of this stuff on. So let's start with, where shall we start? Let's start with the Fimo pieces. So you can see here I've got a whole range of little Fimo flowers, and basically all you have to do is touch down and the gel will pick it up pretty satisfactorily. So that's easy enough to work with. Okay, moving right on, let's go to these micro beads. So I've got these, and these are notoriously kind of a pain in the butt to work with. But you can see all I did was really touch barely down into that. And I've picked up 4 or 5 different, actually that looks like 6 beads with just barely the slightest of touches. And so that would be very easy then to set down into a wet top coat. Okay, just kind of reshape that a little bit. Alright, so that worked. Somebody wants me on Facebook. Imagine that. Alright, next up, so these are some little square matte plastic pieces that I also got for review. Actually, you will see these in the post that I did. I'm not sure when I'm posting this, but I will provide a link down in the comments for the nail art that I did using these, but they're just little black plastic squares, and those are definitely very easy to pick up and set down. So far this has all been pretty lightweight stuff. I really wanted to test this to see how it did. Hello? Is that the wrong lid? It is. Okay. I wanted to see how it would do with some heavier pieces. So I have these opal pieces that I also received from Born Pretty for review, and I'll link that nail art down below too. But these are quite heavy. Oh, those are much, much bigger, and you can see just how easily that picked up. I'm very, very impressed with that. That's pretty cool. Not unhappy with that at all. Okay, next up I have, these are pearl bows. And let's see, excellent. And that's pretty firmly stuck on there. You can see I'm really tapping at that. Now, of course, what it did was kind of misshape my tip. I don't think that's really such a big deal, really. Let's see. Oh, okay, well, apparently you can knock it off. But that took a considerable amount of effort for me to get that to happen, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what else we've got. Alright, so, also from Born Pretty Store, I have these excellent, super cute little geckos. And let's see if I can just picked right up. Excellent. Nice. And that's the handiness of that sorting tray that really helped put everything back into that bag. Okay, so what I want to do is actually give myself just a little bit more goo, as it were. So I'm going to reshape that tip a little bit. Sorry. Alright, what am I doing wrong? There we go. Alright. Just wanted to give myself a little bit bigger tip. That's what she said. Sorry. I'm a child. I can't help it. Alright. so now we've got a little bit bigger end on there. And so I wanted to kind of play with some of these rhinestones a little bit. And I think this is what I'll actually wind up putting on my nails. But you can see the sorting tray would be pretty useful. Like in this instance, I've got a lot of different size gems. You could use this to sort them by color or by size. Boy, somebody really wants to get a hold of me. All right. Okay, so let's just have a little play here. Okay, start with that center line, and when you're working with multi-sized gems, you want to do your biggest ones first, and then fill in with the smaller ones. The top coat has already dried. Working with gemstones, it's definitely worth it to take the time to get them all already turned over so that your top coat isn't drying while you're trying to mess with getting them ready to pick up. And obviously I have not done that here, which is why I am struggling, because my rhinestones are in the right direction. I saw one. Where'd it go? There you are. Anyway, so that's not perfect, but definitely got a lot of bling stuck on that nail. And it was just so super quick and easy to do with that gel picker. So if you are looking for such a product, and I have to say this is much neater, and I don't feel like that's going to get gross the way that my blue tack will. I really like the sorting tray. I think that's a neat add-on to this particular combo. This is going to be item number 15501 on the Born Pretty Store website. I will include links down in the down bar below, as well as a 10% off discount code that you can use with your order. If you have any questions or have any suggestions for other ways that I might use this rhinestone picking pen, definitely leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!